I had a friend called Harry Nilsson, and I loved him very much. And in fact, we used to do drugs together. Tons and tons and tons of drugs. And in the 60s, too. Doesn't get much cooler than that, babe. And of course, when I say drugs, by the way, I don't mean these modern airy-fairy things at all. I'm talking about real drugs, narcotics. And we saw each other occasionally, had a lot of fun. Time passed, and I finally realized, I don't know if I even realized, but I just had to stop because I was going to die. And of course, we're all going to die, we know that. But I didn't want to die like that, so. So I went away to this place in America, very good place, I highly recommend it. And there I began, for the first time in my life actually, to even think about the concept that I might be able to live without drugs. And it was very difficult at first. And I stayed there for quite a long time, about 4 months, I think. And then I left and went off, although I didn't really know it, to start what was to be my next great adventure, which was learning to live without drugs. And it was very, very difficult. First, I went, in fact, to Boston, and for no real reason, but it was a very good place to be. Like, Montreal was a very good place to be at that time, too. You know, I made really good friends, and I found what I needed, and I got a very good shrink, too, which is always a help.
Those fake ads really drive you mad, huh? The game looks so fun in the ads, but when you down...
And, so I wasn't doing anything, really. I was just sort of putting... If I could manage to do the washing up and not use drugs, it was a big day. Occasionally, I'd get a call from Harry. He lived in Los Angeles. All my friends, of course, were very curious to see how I would manage, what would happen. I didn't really take much notice. But Harry would check in now and again, you know, how's it going? Okay. All that. And then, after the first year, it did begin to get a little better. And one day he called me, Harry, and said, I've had enough, I can't go on anymore, I don't want to. I'm going to stop, and I'm just going to go to meetings here and do that. And he had very good friends. And he did. He didn't have to go to no place neither. And when Harry stopped using drugs, he had some very bad luck. I don't mean to imply that when you stop using drugs, you have bad luck. That's not what I'm saying. But he did. The first thing that happened was that his accountant went south, which is American, you know. He means the man with all your money fucks off to the Bahamas with the lot. Yeah, that's what it means. And if that happened to me, I might well get high, I can tell you. But Harry did not. He got through it like a true stoic and great musician and great man that he was. And then his teeth went wrong, which always happens when you get clean and sober, doesn't it, Paul? And there you are, going to the dentist endlessly. Ugh. So Harry was doing that. And now I'm sad to tell you, really, that it was in the dentist's chair, under general anaesthetic, actually, whilst having root canal work, that my friend, my dear friend, Harry Nilsson, died. And so they took his body to a funeral parlor in the Valley in LA, laid it out, do whatever you do, and the funeral was the next morning was to be the next morning at 10 o'clock. That night, the great Los Angeles earthquake happened. And Harry's body in the coffin fell down a crack in the earth and was not seen again. Now you might be asking yourselves right now, why is she telling us this long and macabre story about her dear friend Harry Nilsson, who she says she loved so much? Well, I'll tell you. What I wanted to do, what I think we have done, and we can only do it by talking about him, is conjure him up. There he is. Here's your Remy Martin, darling. I'd give you a line of Coke if I had one, but I haven't. And what this means is that I can sing one of my favorites of Harry's songs for you and also for Harry. In the wintertime, keep your feet warm, keep your clothes on, and don't forget me. Keep the memory, but keep your powder dry too. In the summer, by the poolside, while the fireflies are all around me, I'll miss you when I'm lonely. I'll miss the alimony too. Don't forget me, please don't forget me. Make it easy on me just for a little while. You know I think about you. Let me know you think about me too. When we're older and full of cancer, it doesn't matter now. Come on, get happy.
At the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's, this is why we walk.
'Cause nothing lasts forever, but I will always love you. Don't forget me, please don't forget me. Make it easy on me just for a little while. You know I think about you. Let me know you think about me too. You know I think about you. Let me know you think about me too.